So good morning everybody, assalamu alaikum. I hope you guys are doing greater. Alhamdulillah, by the grace of God I'm doing well, alhamdulillah. And it's another beautiful morning. Actually the date is so good, 10/01/2021. Yeah, and inshallah it's going to be a beautiful day. I am good and everything on my side is well, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Most of our kids are back to school. Let's just pray God to be with them, inshallah. And I'm here to have my breakfast as I share with you my story, as you have seen on the title. And yeah, I'm going to share with you my depression story. It happened not so long ago, and that was the main reason I opened my YouTube channel, because I really wanted to talk about it. But however, I don't know why I didn't sijui yani what happened, like I didn't have shared that story. So I happened to have suffered depression twice, but the first time I didn't know until the second time it hit me. And this is the time that I was trying to add up 1 + 1 is equals to 11, you know, 2 + 2 is equals to 22, and I started doing my maths and I saw, guy, kumbe hata this time I was having depression. You know, depression tu inakugonga. People see you like mashallah, you are smiling, you are okay, you are everything, yani kila kitu iko sawa, and no one could tell like mtu ni mgonjwa. And depression is ugonjwa na watu wanacheza nayo, and depression is something like kama ujijui sana, you just suffer and you can even die in that cocoon. Because when depression hits, most people don't speak up, and they just stay somewhere and hide and unajifungia tu mahali. So as I eat this ugali, let me just share it. Guy, I'm in love. Sijui ka ulitoka hii stage whereby I still eat ugali ya maziwa at this age. Guy, nina adhuri. So when depression hit me the second time, nilikuwa nafanya vitu, I was doing things like, guy, unajua watu husema mwenda wazimu ni mwenye anaenda akiokota makaratasi, but when depression hits, you become like, I was so calm, I was so cool, and I knew to hide that. And you knew to hide, like nilikuwa na, everyone thought like I was okay, but deep inside me I was not okay at all. I could go for days without sleeping and I'm still okay, until when it happened, like I had 3 consecutive days. Kuna the day ends and I'm still not sleep. 3 consecutive days, and at this point I felt I'm going to die. I decided to go to the hospital. Mimi mwenyewe nikajipeleka hospitali. And then there's some other things that I can't mention hapa kwa camera that I was doing. Guy, sahi niki angalia like where I've come from, I feel like kalas, yeah, this thing is real. I would stop on the highway, like I'm just driving, nimetoka job ama nimeenda place. I would stop in the highway, put the hazard and burst. I would start crying. I would cry and then I feel relief, niendelea na safari. And then I had that attitude like I didn't care. I'm the person you'll find me around 2 a.m, 3 a.m. kwa barabara, just driving around. This day the police stopped me. Those police who goes for doria, wakaniuliza, madam, where are you coming from? Mwanzo wakaniuliza license na istimara. I give them the istimara, I give them the license. Wakaniambia, madam, where are you coming from? And I'm like, this is Doha, it's a free world, you can go wherever you. And then they ask me, madam, where is your husband? And I'm like, I opened my wallet and I told them, sir, my husband is too big to fit in my wallet, and that's why I gave you whatever you wanted, the license and my Qatari ID and my istimara. What you're only supposed to ask me, you don't have any rights to ask me where my husband is. Hawezi toshea kwa wallet. And they're like, madam, haya, we are sorry, yeah. Wakaachana na mimi wakaenda. I would go to a place called Corniche, for those who in Doha, eh? Na wanajua. Full 2 phones zikiwa zimejaa, the battery is 100%. Naweka ngoma kwa masikio, I would sing. Like I would sing. Hi, nilikuwa na sauti ilikuwa inatoa. I would sing and I wouldn't even notice like watu wenye wako hapa na hapa na hapa na hapa, like cause it's somewhere people goes to rest. I didn't even notice, sikuwa na to notice watu wenye wako hapo. I would sing mpaka hizo the 2 phones, the battery dies. That's when I will like, now okay, sasa wacha niende nyumbani. I would roam around kwa barabara and then come back home. Nikifika nyumbani, I try to sleep, I can't. Najaribu kulala, sikuwa naweza. Ikafika mahali nikaacha kukula. So I'm not sleeping and I'm not eating at the same time. And I'm still, mashallah, I was still glowing and I was still fattening. Hata sikuwa najua nini inanionyesha. And at this point again, khalas, sikuwa nakula na sikuwa nalala, but nilikuwa naenda job. I would work with you in a shift na nisikuongelesha unless you ask me something, like, and that time mali nilikuwa nafanya job, terminals zetu zilikuwa mzuri, like this is my PC and that's your PC, so we cannot see each other directly. Not unless nikae hivi ndio nikuone ama na wewe ukae hivi ndio unione, or we start a conversation. What I used to do is like, nikikuja kwa job I say salamu alaikum, nikisalimia kila mtu. I sit on my PC, especially when I was doing morning shift. I sit on my PC with no conversation. Hakuna kuongea, hakuna nini, not unless you ask me something. Mariam, can I have this? Nikupatie na hiyo story ishe. And since nafanya customer service, customer alikuwa nakuja, I fake that smile. Like, hi sir, how can I help you? Hivi. And then akitoka, arudi after 1 minute. Ile uso atakutana nao, you couldn't tell that the same person that served you. So manager mwenye tulikuwa na yeye at that moment is my friend. Tumefanya na yeye kazi for long. And he noticed, like, Mariam, what's happening? Ni nini mbaya? At this time, ana notice, it was too late. The damage was already there. Unasikia skuli na silali, nakuja job, naonekana niko sawa. So when I started spending like 3 nights without sleeping, na hata mchana silali, I decided no, I think I need to go to the hospital. And not so many people knew that I was not unwell, and only my close friends. And they would come to my house, like when I was on my off day. Sikuwa nataka hata kutoka kwa nyumba during my off day. Sitaki kuona hata jua. And I will like lock myself inside. The whole day ni spend huko sijakula. So they would force themselves kwa nyumba yangu. They would come by force, you know. And at least to start up a conversation and just keep me busy. So that's when I decided now, khalas, I think I am not okay. And I'm not okay. Mimi mwenyewe ndio nilijipeleka hosi. So when I went to the hospital, here, we have the medical cards. Mimi medical card yangu inakuanga Garafa Health Center. So I decided to see a doctor. Nikaenda Garafa Health Center. Mimi ndio nimejipeleka na gari yangu. Nikaenda nika-explainia doc, nikamwambia nilienda na nilipatana na doctor wa kawaida. So I went and I spoke to the doctor, nikamwambia this is what has been happening and this and this and this and blah 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 blah. And after nimepimwa BP, everything was fine. Nikaambiwa, madam, you know, we need to admit you now. And akaita nurse, nikapewa room, nikaambiwa nigoje ambulance to be transferred to Hamad Medical, the main hospital. And I'm like, kwa waburukaga, mimi ndio nimejileta hosi, siumwi na kichwa, siumwi na mahali, siumwi, niko sawa. Aniambia niende wapi. They put me on drip immediately because I was so, naweza sema aje, I was so drained. I didn't have even the energy. According to them, I didn't have the energy, but for me, according to myself, I was feeling that energy and I was feeling I'm okay. And I didn't see even, I just came to ask for help. How can you help me to go about this one? I didn't come here for you to admit me. We, nikaambiwa hapana, this is a serious case and you need to be admitted. Okay, sawa basi. So I called him. I called my better half to come and pick up my car. Akuja, and I told him, kalas, mimi nimeenda hosi and I've been told that I need to be admitted, so I'll leave the car key kwa taya, kuja uchukue gari kutoka hosi, and I'm going to be admitted. And like kila mtu akashanga, like how uligonjeka lini, si ulikuwa sawa. Mind you, not everyone would notice that I'm not okay because I used to hide it. So he came, kuchukua gari na mimi nikaenda. I was admitted in Hamad for 2 days, and then I got released. And sasa nikaanza kuwa na, they give me medication which would help me to sleep and medication to help me eat. Oi, hizo za kukula. I started getting hungry. Si nilikuwa nakula, my friend, like I was eating, alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. And hizo za kulala, like I would sleep. Luckily again, when now I started the exact medication, I was transferred to another store which was not busy. And jamaa mwenye tulikuwa tunafanya, actually it was a small kiosk that time. It's like these people knew like I was transitioning to something. So when they put me there, actually at work, apart from that guy, my manager, alikuwa anajua what I was going through. No one else knew. And then when I was transferred to this place, the guy mwenye tulikuwa tufanya na yeye job, he also knew, like I told him like what I was going through, and he helped me so much a lot because nilikuwa na meza hizo dawa antidepressants, nasikia siezi amusha hata kichwa, like they calm you down. Nikimeza, and then they would make me so much hungry. I took them for 3 consecutive months. Then all this time nilikuwa naenda clinic. I was attending clinic. I was seeing a psychiatrist. Imagine, every time. And then things got better after I took after the medication. 3 months, I stopped taking, mimi mwenyewe, I stopped taking the medication. Why? After 2 months, daktari mwenye nilikuwa naona akaenda on leave, so I had to see another doctor. And something that I hated is that if I had to see another doctor, he has my medical history, and they wanted me to repeat the same story, and it was draining me. Atia gadom. So I started seeing another doctor, and he started the first the doctor told me I had anxiety and depression, and then I see another one. He started telling me I have bipolar disorder, and then again I see another one. He started telling me I have, I don't know what. Nikajiambia, these guys now are joking. I'm feeling better now. By myself, I stopped taking the medicine, and I started to find things that are making me happy, and I started to find my own way to heal myself. And after I stopped taking the medicine, wacha nikuambie, I got sick again. Like, I would have headaches that were not ending. Na nikienda hosi, instead of the doctor checking again my medical history, walikuwa tu wananipea tu painkillers za kichwa and stuff like that, until again I saw another Indian doctor. Huyo daktari Mungu ambariki, akaniambia, were you taking antidepressant? I told him, yeah. You stopped? Yeah. This is the reason that you're having headache, so stop taking these Panadols, Brufen and everything. The headache will go by itself, but stop taking. So nikaacha kukunywa dawa, nikaacha everything, and I started now finding solutions to my own problem and trying to create. But there's something like, I don't know, the only thing that helped me is to speak up. I started speaking up. I started telling people, like those around me, this is what I'm going through and this is the medication that I'm taking. And the doctor, I was so open, and the doctor was so happy because I took myself to the hospital, because sijui, like I didn't know where it could lead to. And I started having coping mechanisms, like when I have something that will trigger my trigger my mind, I started having coping mechanisms, and alhamdulillah, so far so good. I don't get irritated, I don't have anywhere to put makasiriko, and in case I have something that will upset me, I drive for so long, and when I come back I have peace. There is this day I drove to the border of Doha and Saudi Arabia, there in Absamra. It's so very far, and when I came back I was so peaceful. So I found so many things that would keep me busy. I found so many things that would make me happy, and how to cope. And one of the things that made my depression worse is because I stay alone in the house, and I have so much time to record so many things in my mind, and to think and to think and to think. And I'm just working. I usually work for only 8 hours, so the rest of the hours I'm just free. And that is, whenever like I'm free, that is a devil's mind. So you have all the time to cook so many things in your mind. And that's how after this, I started my YouTube channel. I started getting alive. I started getting busy. I started having so many things to do. I started gardening. The gardening that I do, it's therapy by itself. Like when I go there and see how my sukuma are doing so good, I feel nice, you know. And I started learning how to cope with so many things. So the parting short of this story is that when you feel like you're getting depressed, please talk to people who are around you. Please seek medical attention before it worsens. And you know, all this time, no one of my family knew what I was going through, because I didn't want to put them into another depression. So I went through this cycle alone. So I just give them after I started now taking the medication, that's when I told my mom, and that's when I told my family, this has been happening and I'm taking medication now, and so far I'm so good, I'm doing so great. And I had very, very big support from them finally, after just opening up to them, and they were so supportive, you know. So the best thing, don't hide, don't keep quiet, don't be ashamed, and don't let these things take you away. Speak up, talk to someone. If you're feeling like you're not unajisikia like, you know yourself, like, kalas, these things are not working on you, just speak up, talk. So thank you so much for watching. My returning subscribers, asante sana. New subbies, please continue to subscribe and supporting me, and we continue to share the good news, inshallah. Much love and God bless you. Ma salama. I have duty to catch up. Love you.